Chapter 6. Bleeding. They're for females, he said. They're very sweet. Keep them for yourself. Don't waste them on me. Lin Nuannuan was a little angry. What do you mean, waste? You're my family. In my heart, you're the most important. No amount of crunchy fruit is as important as you. Bai Di froze. He looked into the face of his little female. Her fair face looked warm and alive in the firelight. A warm current flowed into his heart. Lin Nuannuan felt a little embarrassed by his gaze. Why are you looking at me like that? He whispered. I've never seen a female so gentle. Although females were rare, they were not completely non-existent. He had seen several females before, and without exception, they were all spoiled and willful. Those females never cared about the lives of others. They only cared about their own happiness. Their almost cruel innocence made Bai Di avoid them like the plague. But the little female in front of him was different. She was gentle. Unable to resist, he leaned over and nuzzled her with his big furry head. I'm so lucky to have met you in this life. Lin Nuannuan was feeling ticklish. She laughed in spite of herself. Don't move. I have to dress your wounds. She used a bone knife to cut the hide into strips, and she then wrapped them carefully around Bai Di's wounds. Lin Nuannuan asked slowly, Does it still hurt? He carefully felt around. It feels better now. Lin Nuannuan smiled in relief. That's good. She dug out the needles and thread they had bought at the market earlier in the day, and she started making shoes. After struggling for a long time, she still did not succeed. Instead, her fingers were pricked by the bone needles several times, and blood droplets appeared. Bai Di's heart ached. He immediately shifted back into human form. He then took the needle, thread, and animal hide. It's better if I do it. Lin Nuannuan was very hesitant. Your hands are still injured. They're all just minor injuries. They won't stop me doing needlework. He quickly cut the animal skin and threaded the needle. Soon, he had made a pair of exquisite and cute leather boots. In order to make it comfortable, he specially padded the boots with 2 layers of animal hide. He attached strips of hide to them so that they could be laced up. They could be worn either loose or tight. Furthermore, they were easy to wear and take off. Try them on, Bai Di said. Lin Nuannuan immediately wore them on her feet and bounced back and forth. She asked excitedly, Do they look good? He nodded, feeling pleased. They're very nice. You won't have to worry about getting your feet cut by pebbles anymore. Lin Nuannuan asked slowly, Do you want to make a pair of shoes for yourself too? No thanks. My skin is thick. I don't have to worry about getting cut when I walk on the ground. Besides, I often need to transform. If I wear shoes, it'll be inconvenient when I change into my beast form. Lin Nuannuan imagined a big tiger wearing leather boots and couldn't help but chuckle. All right. I forgot to think about that. After watching him make the shoes, Lin Nuannuan was a little tired. She leaned against Bai Di's belly, while Bai Di tucked his tail around her. Warmth enveloped her and lulled her into sleep. Bai Di rested his head on his front paws and focused on the sleeping female, his blue eyes looking gentle. As Lin Nuannuan slowly fell asleep, she suddenly felt a warm current flowing out from under her. This was all too familiar. She opened her eyes and carefully felt around again. She suddenly had a bad feeling. Could it be that? Lin Nuannuan immediately pushed the tiger's tail away and reached out to touch her butt. It was covered in blood. Damn, it was really her period. But there were no sanitary napkins in this world. What could she do about her period then? Do I have to put a layer of hide or leaves under there? Bai Di smelled blood in the air. He opened his eyes and followed the smell. He saw the blood on Lin Nuannuan's palm, and his expression changed. You're hurt. Lin Nuannuan's face was red as she tried to explain herself with a trembling voice. I'm not injured. You're hurt. You're bleeding. He shifted quickly into human form. He picked her up and found that her dress was stained with blood as well. There was so much blood. His little female must have been seriously injured. Bai Di ripped the hide dress off her body, only to realize that the blood was coming from between her legs. Ignoring Lin Nuannuan's struggle and resistance, he forced her legs open and examined the bleeding wound. Lin Nuannuan was so embarrassed and angry that she wanted to die. Let go of me. I'm really not injured. This bleeding is normal. Just let me lie down quietly for a few days. However, he refused to believe her. He stubbornly believed his little female was badly hurt. His face was white with anxiety, his blue eyes full of fear. When Bai Di was still young, his brother died due to the severity of his wounds. He saw his brother lying in a pool of blood as his body stiffened up bit by bit. The grief of losing a loved one had almost broken him. Now, his mate was wounded too. She was bleeding so badly. Would she die like his brother? He couldn't bear to think about it. He wrapped the hide around Lin Nuannuan's body and picked her up carefully. Don't be afraid. I'll take you to the witch doctor. I'll save you. I won't let you die. Lin Nuannuan was very embarrassed. She was just on her period. Why would Bai Di think she was dying? She had never heard of anyone dying because of their period. The witch doctor, Lang Zhu, was treating the wounds of a young wolf beast. This wolf beast was tall and slender. His short silver hair and dark green eyes made him look very unruly, and his sculptured face emitted a sharp aura. Even though there was a long wound on his chest, it still could not hide his domineering aura. He was like a sharp blade that had been laced with poison. As the witch doctor helped him apply the medicine, he muttered, "Xuangyuan, how many times have you gotten injured recently? I remember this is the 10th time, right? You've almost used up all the herbs here." Xuangyuan was expressionless. "I'll help you gather more herbs." Lang Zhu glared at him. "You know it's not the herbs I care about. I want you to find a female as soon as possible and stop spending your overactive energy on hunting." He frowned slightly, clearly annoyed. "I hate females." Never mind finding a female to be his mate. He couldn't help but loathe the sight of a female. Those arrogant and selfish females could do nothing else but give birth. They were weak and incompetent, but also greedy and lazy. Every day, as long as they lay in bed with their legs spread, they could get everything they wanted. Even worse, they never knew how to cherish their privilege. Instead of becoming a female's vassal and slave, Xuangyuan would rather be single for the rest of his life. Lang Zhu tried his best to persuade him. "I know you hate females because of your father's death, but you can't generalize everything. Not all females are as heartless as your mother." "Enough. I don't want to hear the word female again." Xuangyuan rose abruptly with a baleful look on his face. "I feel sick just thinking about them." With that, he stormed off. "Brat, your wounds haven't been bandaged yet. Come back." Lang Zhu was about to chase after him when Bai Di rushed in with Lin Nuannuan. "Witch doctor, save my mate. She's hurt."